back. Oakland is probably going to win. Is going to clinch a wild card spot. Los Angeles, they're not looking so good right now, unfortunately. Los Angeles, if they lose two, they're if they lose two games, if they lose two more games this season, they are out. They are done. Adios. Okay, sorry, I actually didn't make that clear. Texas and Oakland win their next two games, and then Los Angeles loses their next two games. They are officially done. So I think I made that clear. Sorry, guys. Texas and Oakland have 10 games remaining. That includes the game that they're playing tonight in Texas. They're wrapping that up right now. And then Los Angeles, they have 9 games to play, including, pardon me, they are starting the series against Seattle tomorrow night at Angel Stadium. So the A's are ending the season a little bit hard. They're playing a 4-game series in Arlington. Same thing as the Rangers. And then the A's play Seattle, and then they play Texas again. But for Texas, they play Oakland, then they play the Angels, which is that might be a spoiler alert for the Angels, and to help the A's possibly if they want to. And they play Oakland again for Texas at the Oakland Coliseum. I'll try to go to one of those games if possible because that'll be a very hot ticket in Oakland for the A's if they get a playoff spot possibly during that time period of October 1st to the 3rd. That'll be big to know. So, guys, we're going to go to our first commercial break. When we come back, I'll be talking to you guys about some news. The Miami Marlins Heath Bell, during a radio interview, he pretty much criticized Ozzie Guillen. I'll tell you what he says. Also, Coco Chris is out of the lineup. Josh Hamilton is back in the lineup. And that's when we come back to Steven's All Out Baseball Show here on Spreaker.com and on the National Sports Network. Tune back in, guys.
Si prenderà il gioco di noi, riempie già gli spazi tuoi con spazi di vertigine.
On my words on the edge of sombrero. The gringo, sing flows, yes, the cockazoid. Kill Agnes with a glance from the pupil of annoyed. A mic stored in underwear drawers of my dresser. Rhymes from True God, yours is child of Melissa. A lowercase G hanging under the bar. My G's above and beyond and shining bright from afar like North Star. Guided me to Gibson the Manger, Dr. Stranger. Like Blase Blah bringing danger. Inferno, subharmonico sick. Stand tall, surfing ink from Bic. Push the click, now I'm running. Leading down the L-pen shaft. And spin a phonograph to exercise a paragraph, epitaph from killing off the flesh for 808, a low frequency to give you something to hate. We tie words uptight with lasso, with art from the soul, Pablo Picasso.
And welcome back to Steven's All Baseball Show here on Spreaker.com. And right now I'll be talking to you guys about some news around Major League Baseball. Let's talk about the Miami Marlins. Like I told you guys, Heath Bell, he kind of criticized Ozzie Guillen, the manager of the Miami Marlins. Heath Bell, who is a first-year player, he's in his first year as a Marlin, as is Ozzie Guillen. As his first year as manager. Heath Bell said this on during a radio interview on 560 WQAM in Miami. He said, quote, it's hard to respect a guy that doesn't tell you the truth or doesn't tell you face to face. And that's kind of a low blow right there, especially to Ozzie Guillen. That's kind of true, to be honest. Ozzie Guillen does let his words go out only to the public. He doesn't really say anything privately to anyone. And that's going to be a concern. That's obviously a concern for Heath Bell, but do do we think that is a concern for other players? And they have the same opinion as Heath Bell just stated on this radio interview. So that's it's kind of true. The White Sox, the only success that Ozzie Guillen really had in one season was in 2005, obviously, as the White Sox manager when they won the World Series against Houston. It's kind of weird to say Houston in the World Series in 2005, but still, I think that his comments came one day after Guillen told Fox Sports Florida that he defends his decision to replace Heath Bell with Steve Chiswick. So maybe Bell is trying to get some revenge here, or trying to get Guillen to wake up and get. And Heath Bell hasn't really had a particularly good season. That's one of the main reasons why um, Heath Bell's not closing right now. He only has 19 saves. He has a lot of blown saves. Um, and it kind of speaks for himself. The stats really say how he's doing this year. He's not doing well at all. The Oakland Athletics, they took off Coco Chris in the lineup for a sixth straight game with an infection in both eyes. So that's got to hurt for Coco Chris and for the Oakland A's. Oakland manager Bob Melvin says Chris has seen three different doctors, including a visit to specialists in New York on Sunday. While Melvin says he holds out hope for a quick return, he adds Chris' condition has not improved much. Chris last Tuesday against Detroit before leaving that game in the fourth. He entered Friday as a pinch runner against the Yankees and stole a base. So that was the only good thing about. I think that made it worse, trying to steal a base and maybe um, irritated the eye and then grown into an infection. Chris is batting 251 this year, 10 home runs, 42 RBIs, and a team leading 35 stolen bases as the A's start a key four-game series against the first place Texas Rangers tonight, and they're wrapping that up very soon, or they already wrapped it up. Oakland trails, like I told you, 4 games to Texas. And speaking of Texas, Josh Hamilton is back in the lineup after having after a problem with blurred vision and balance issues. And the reason why he said why this happened is quote Rangers officials said that Hamilton saw an optometrist and was diagnosed with ocular keratosis, a drying of the cornea caused by too much caffeine and energy drinks. So especially with the tats I see on Josh Hamilton, and obviously he cannot drink alcohol. Um, he had the alcohol problem during the off season. He's had drug and alcohol issues in the past. So I think that the energy drinks is kind of a substitution, but that's turning out to be a bad thing for him. So it's hard for Josh Hamilton right now to really, you know, be really healthy right now. So we are going to wrap up the show in about 5 minutes. So quickly, I know this is a baseball. This isn't a baseball message, but this is to the teams out there that they just didn't have a best season today. I'm speaking out to teams like Toronto, especially Boston, Cleveland, Miami, Houston, Chicago, and Colorado. This one's for you guys. This is a football type of. This is from a football coach, Jim Mora. You guys might know this.
And that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion. We threw that game. We gave it away by doing that. We gave them the friggin' game. In my opinion, that sucked. What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Wow. Well, he pretty much said it. These teams are way out of contention of the playoffs. Let's just go to the first team, Houston Astros, the first and only team to have triple-digit loss games this season. They are 50 and 104. They are 42 and a half games behind first place. their run scored to run allowed differential is minus 218. So, and on the road, they are 16 and 59. That's all I can say right there for Houston. For Chicago, they are 6 games below the 100 loss mark, and I don't think they were going to get it. Or they possibly can if they had 9 games remaining. They're 33 games back. Their run score to runs allowed differential is 100. It's minus 122, and they're only 4 games below 500 at home. So they love Wrigley, but they hate the road. Just like Houston loves Minute Maid Park, but it hates the road. So let's go to Colorado. 59 60, 94. Same record as Chicago. Pretty much the same stats as Chicago, really. I don't really have to say anything about that. Cleveland, another season. I think that they should move, in my opinion. They're just not doing well at all. Minnesota, not really particularly good year. They don't have a good rotation. They don't have a lot of good pitchers, especially after trading Francisco Liriano. They have no pitchers. Simple as that. They have no bullpen. They have no pitching. They have no they have no pitching in the minor leagues. So that's a concern for Minnesota in the future. And then Toronto, one of the reasons why they did not do so well near the end of the season, they did particularly well like in the beginning of the season, but since uh, Jose Batista got injured, he hurt I think his wrist, and he was out for a few weeks. That really hurt the offensive standpoint for Toronto. So that's why they're not in contention. They're actually dead last. So some bad things in Canada. And that's it, guys. That's all I really got for you guys. This is a half an hour show. I'm going to wrap it up right now. I got an announcement to make. This will be my last edition of Steven's All Out Baseball Show for now. This is actually I can say this is my last edition of Steven's All Out Baseball Show until the postseason. So I'm starting Wednesday. It's going to be a tough schedule for me. I got a lot of stuff on my plate, and it's been an honor. It's been very memorable to have so many special guests on the show and to be able to talk with you guys, to communicate with you guys about what I enjoy most, and that's baseball. And I want to thank Robert Dieters, the president of National Sports, for letting me have my own show and also being a special guest. I'd like to thank all my special guests from the past. Let's go with Cameron Shadegi, Sam Rosen, Chris Sylvester, Victor Almashny, and those guys. Thank you very much. Also to the callers, Chandra, Megan Wells, and Chris Fiscal. Thank you very much, guys. You really helped my show become what it is right now, and hopefully, guys, I can have a show, possibly a show a week or every 2 weeks during the playoffs. I'll try to do my best to get a show in, probably 3 or 4 shows in during the World Series. That's going to be a very hot topic. So to end off, guys, the song that started on my first show here, and very memorable. Autuno, Rosa by Damash. You guys will know the song from past shows. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm checking out. Go National Sports. This is going to be hard, guys, but I hope you guys can stick it with there. And also, you have the new show, the Grayford, I think it's Gayford and Brown show. Tune into that, Law Football. His first show was today, so you can tune into the previous episodes page. Pardon me. Also, you guys check me out on Facebook. I have my own page, Stevens All Out Baseball Show. The picture is the Major League Baseball logo. You can follow me on Twitter at Stephen Hughes 14. You can listen to my shows on YouTube, SoundCloud, the previous episodes page here on the show. You can also be a follower on my page on Spreaker, Stephen Hughes. It's me pitching.